Good. What I'll do is just show you some of the products we produce. So, as Charles said, back in the early 2000s, we were producing products, and I was doing this in China predominantly, making hemp materials, and I had no idea what would be happening in Australia. I have spoken on numerous occasions with Adrian Clark. We were good friends way back in the day before he passed away, and I was involved also in helping procure the D8 decorticator, which Charles has told you about. Back in the day, it was a much smaller machine, and it delivered a really good product off the field. It's probably not much point talking about a decorticator until, unless everyone understands the processing of it. But when I came back to Australia, the few things I noticed was there was really no industry. Hemp was progressing because government legislation had made some changes, not enough, I might add, but particularly in Victoria, it's been more difficult because of the legislation's been slower, but New South Wales has a pretty good uptake. So when I came here, there was very little in the way of marketing of product. So farmers could grow their crop, but there was nowhere to then sell it on. The Achilles heel in all this was basically decortication. So it's really good that there are some people on the ground doing decorticating processing because it's essential. The farmer cannot really sell much of what he produces unless he has decortication capability. That's the grassroots of it. We take the product. We have a farm that grows for us in New South Wales because back then that was the only place we could get it grown in reasonable volume. And so on that farm, we have set up a decorticator as well. So we get product from that farm delivered to our facility here, ready for application. I can show you some of the products because these are probably a little bit unique. People are not aware. So we can make very, very thin components from hemp, extremely strong. It's phenomenally tough. I might add at this point, it's the strongest natural plant-based fiber on earth. There's nothing compares to it. So we can make it in thin panel form like this. It's very tough. And then we can make it slightly thicker. Now this piece has been immersed in water for 3 weeks solid, fully immersed, but it's super strong. And that's basically just a piece of hemp. We make these in panels, 3.3 meters by 1.2. That's our standard size product. Going beyond this, I might just now move my computer and show you around. If you have any issues with seeing stuff, just let me know and I'll see if I can relocate it. Okay, so this is an 8 mil thick sample. I cannot stress how strong this is. And these are the central part of the plant, which is the hurd. This part has the hurd in the middle, but it's got the fiber on the outside. This requires decortication to produce a product like this. This is just the hurd at high compression load. That part is phenomenally tough. It's 3 times stronger than hardwood, but it only takes 100 days to grow. So it can be placed in timber industry. And the dust from the whole process, we utilize the dust as well. It's a very strong component, extremely tough, and can be used in any profile or shape. I'll now take you downstairs. Oh, these are bricks made from the hemp plant. High levels of insulation with bricks. These ones are self-locking. I'll take you downstairs now. It can be completely waterproof. Most people have no idea that can do that. But all of this you see here is all basically hemp product. This table we built in about 30 minutes from hemp. All these chairs, they're not my favorite design, but they were built for a customer. This is all natural colored hemp. So we can produce it in any of these colors, the colors throughout the material. Down here, we also have pyrolyzed material. Bear in mind, now pyrolysis is a process in its own right. It's a value add and it's expensive. However, we also make I-beams. It's quite light comparative to timber, to steel, but it's has a similar performance, but it's a fraction of the weight. Everything you see here is basically hemp. We also make panels like this. This is just the fiber. Now, I need to reiterate at this point, the backing material here you see is hurd. It's hurd with fiber. We make in all different thicknesses and sizes. It's an extremely robust product, so it's very easy to process and manufacture for us. We actually are making this for tankers, milk tankers and such. So this will be the actual frame of a water supply on a tanker. All of this is hemp product. That's all hemp there. This is a machine we use for assessing R values. And these are R value outcomes. You see the R values are very high. That's a natural consequence of hemp. Okay, this one right in front of you, that's an R value of 6.45 and it's a 50 mil thick panel. Housing only requires an R value of 3.6. This is also hemp. Now, this I mentioned a few times, hemp is phenomenally strong. This is much harder than hardwood. And we know that because here's a piece with hardwood on it, but it's backed up by hemp. This is a flooring process, very strong. All of these items are very tough. This I-beam is only 75 mil high, but it will take a 3-ton point load. So here's the one that actually did that. You can see the steel bar was across the top and it had a hydraulic ram and it held 3 ton. This piece here is literally bulletproof. We've done trials with SOG, Special Operations Group of the military. They're currently in Canberra and will be tested very soon. This is a product we make from the hemp plant. So you have on one hand this, which is the bark profile. So when you decorticate, we take that and we turn it into a fabric like this on a needle punch line, which I'll show you in the factory in a moment. So this is basically our factory. You can hear a bit of noise going on because we condition our binder systems and everything to operate. We have large mixers, processing vats which hold temperature and cycling processing. These are presses. This press produces pellets. The tool alone is over 7 ton of steel. Here we go. Okay, machine here processes our binder system, which goes rock hard, and that binds all of our elements together through this auger process plant. Goes long down through here. This is a 500-ton press, and this develops this produces the products that we have. 3.3 meters by 1.4 meters. All of that fiber I showed you before is here, being ready for processing tomorrow morning. We'll turn this into product. And over here, you can see there's 8 panels that were just produced today. Now we can produce a panel like this every 10 minutes. That's skinned on both sides with the herd in the middle. Over here, there's a whole lot more, but they are 40 mil thick panels. The ones you just down here are 16 mil. Then we go into this part of the plant, and this is the interesting piece here. So these machines are very rare. In fact, I think this is the only one in Australia producing hemp cloth. All this is hemp, of course. This is what the hemp comes off the decorticator in our plant. And that green color is because we do not ret it in the field, and that's the process most of the world does. They ret it, that is rotting it in the field for about 2 months. We pull this off the day after it's cut. That's why it's green. And the green is a complex process where the pectin and the lignin of the plant stay within the plant. If you rot it, those things are lost and you don't get the fiber strength you need. So this machine runs every day and produces, I'll show you this because you can make bats out of hemp. They look like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and that goes through a process. This machine has 150,000 titanium needles. I'll show you in here. You'll be able to see them. Steel in any form, high carbon steel, doesn't hold up. The hemp fiber is too strong and it breaks the needles. So you need titanium to hold it together. And this is a 4 meter wide span. So we produce product off this machine at 4 meter widths. We cut it to process. It goes into roll format like this. And you end up with heaps of rolls of the product. Now going this way, we have machines that cut material up. This is for R&D and proof testing. As you can see through here, there's lots of samples of different size products that we supply. These are 40mm panels I've just heard. High insulation levels in this. 40mm panel will give us an R value of about 4.5. This equipment is unique to our processing. I'll just show you briefly. I don't know if you can see that in there. Sanding process that is used for any profiled part you make can be run through this machine and processed. Here's an example of what can be done with just the hemp. So we can make panels and all sorts of structures out of it. That building over there, which is an oven, we've built out of our panels. Patent, we do a patent process for all of this production. But you see up in the top, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a joining system that locks these panels together. If I go in there, my voice will change because the acoustic value of the hemp is quite remarkable. This has got a large opening door, but I'm echoing in here. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. So that's basically a very basic plant. Yeah, sure, that's right. So we can make from our materials, we hear the cupboard set made by cabinet maker. Soft touch closure. So at the moment, we're building a whole lot of this sort of product for schooling. And there's a whole school project where we're doing hundreds and hundreds of panels now, full-size panels of that sort of size, the 40mm ones, that are going into a school that's being built now. We also have, I haven't mentioned this, Charles, but we have literally 7,000 buildings to build for the New South Wales government. 3-story dwellings, they're not just little sheds that we have to build for New South Wales. So that's what we do. This is a hemp wall unit. Strong. And this table is a 40mm thick table, but the skin is on the top and on the bottom. It was just done in one process. We also can do all piping. So tubes, PVC pipes, all that we can do. You can sand on this on the side. It's not going to break or deform. I've seen people doing it. It does nothing to it. The other thing I probably should show you is that we can profile shapes. So you can see there's a curve in that. We make it as a flat panel and we post-cure it. You get one shot at doing that and then it's permanently in that profile. I've got another sample over here of the same thing. These are for chairs that we've done for a school. So that's the backing of a chair. That profile shape is fixed, but we make them flat panel and then profile them afterwards. We can also do roofing. The underside of the roof is a nice flat finish. There's all the insulation you need and there's the top part of the roof there. This finishing we do is a micro thick layer of material that we then coat with a polymer, and it's strong and fixed. There's another one here. So that's basically it, guys.